Well, nobody said, hey, you guys are live on the web, so I'm just going to assume we're not live on the web. But we are live on the web. Oh, yeah, we're live on the web. Well, I don't know if our audio is live on the web, but... So I guess our audio is up on the web as well. As the tag said, this is a funeral procession for the fallen fire captain from Long Beach Fire, killed in the line of duty, but actually by a gunshot, responding to a fire. I'm sure everybody has all the information that what's been going on. This happened very early in the morning on Monday morning. Right now is where we are. Somebody said, "Where is Stu?" That's what threw me there. Right now where we are is we're at UCLA Medical Center, but we're actually at the coroner's office. The body was taken from Long Beach to this location for the preliminary things that they do, and now the body's going to be moved to a mortuary down in the Orange County area. Actually, Laguna Woods is the name of the city where the body's going to be transported to. It started, this was supposed to start around 2:30. Obviously, they're probably waiting for family. Nobody's in a rush to get this stuff done, so we're patiently waiting. Along with many firefighters from LA City Fire, Long Beach Fire is down there as well. Engine 10 showed up. That's the station where the captain was stationed at. I guess Station 10 was his station. So that truck is there. Many other folks are here as well. A lot of Long Beach Fire vehicles are here, probably with friends and family. The procession is probably going to start here shortly. And of course, like we've seen on so many of these, it's sad to say that, where we have seen a few of these, not anything like this, of course, but with fallen first responders, especially firefighters. When a procession like this happens, we'll see other fire departments along the route paying their respects. I'm guessing we'll be seeing some of that as well. Speak louder. I can turn my mic up. I think that's probably the best. Caesar, I don't know about how they're going to do with the traffic. A lot of times what we've seen in the past, especially with a traffic situation, is sometimes they'll do traffic breaks, or the procession is moving at a speed that's slower than freeway speed, so there becomes like a cushion of emptiness in front of the procession. That's what may happen. Like I said, we'll watch, we'll wait and see how this goes. Firefighters down there, LA City Fire, we see some LA City firefighters down there. I'm guessing maybe some LA County firefighters, and of course Long Beach firefighters here as well, as we're waiting for, as you said, Captain David Rosa, his remains to be transported from the LA Coroner's office to a mortuary down in the Laguna Woods area. Donna, sometimes they do. You can see some of those motorcycles moving right there, so they might be the original, that might be the traffic breaks. That's California Highway Patrol, so you might be right. They may be diverting some traffic, maybe stopping some on-ramps to create less traffic on the freeway. So they're starting to see some movement right there. Yes, it'll be on the 5 freeway. Basically, it's going to be, as I understand it, is from the coroner's office, southbound 5 to southbound 710, southbound 710 to the southbound 5. All right, cool. So it's I'm hearing that they're starting to do a traffic break on the southbound 5. So that's what we see right there. So we'll wait, and we'll keep an eye on the actual scene. But it is starting to move. The activity's starting to happen. They're going to start with obviously with the traffic break, and then of course the procession. It'll be leaving here shortly. My guess is that it's going to probably be following Engine 10 from Long Beach Fire. I'm reading a. You think that's the thing? I'm reading a lot of the comments, and I agree. I agree. The only words that really come to mind is senseless. I mean, when is something like this have a reason? But in this case, it was very very random, very senseless murder. Thank you, Charlene. I appreciate that. These type of situations they're difficult for me. I have very little to say. I am very respectful. I'm just going to basically call out what's going on, give you guys information. Anything of like right now, what's going to happen is what we can talk about. Of course, that's kind of the thing as well. Is Captain David Rosa? He has passed on. His family are the ones that are going to stay here and have to carry on. I was watching earlier on as firefighters wearing the dress uniforms were showing up. There was lots of hugging, some activity like seeing old friends. A lot of times in these type of situations, this is more of a celebration or part of the celebration of life. Not sure what type of ceremonies they're going to have for the fallen fire captain, but a lot of times right now, this is a time to be thankful for your friends and co-workers in this case, and brethren. So, like I said, there is some positive going on down there as well. We're waiting for we believe it's going to be the coroner's van with the remains of Captain David Rosa from Long Beach Fire. His remains are going to be moved from the LA coroner's office down to a mortuary down in Laguna Woods. See some more movement right there. So that was one of our first questions. Was we were wondering if it was going to be a hearse or a coroner van. It does look like it's going to be a hearse. So that's probably going to be the remains right there of the fire captain. You can see the fire officials in their formal dress attire behind the hearse. The truck is starting to move as well. The slow salute as the procession is starting to move here. The significance of the fire truck is that's engine 10. That is the station. Yeah, his station. That's Captain Rosa's station down in Long Beach. And the engine is going to be leading some of the procession out here. Of course, California Highway Patrol. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of outpouring of support from other fire stations, and as this makes its way down the 5 freeway. That's going to be the first leg. It's going to be southbound 5, southbound 710, southbound 405, and then getting off in the Laguna Niguel area, working its way over to Laguna Woods. A lot of positive messages, people feeling the loss and the pain. That's what I'm reading here on Facebook right now. Again, the families are the ones that, families and friends, they're the ones that are still here. We're looking right now as they're making their way on to the southbound 5. I believe that's from Mission. Don't quote me, but I think they're getting on at Mission. Southbound 5 freeway temporarily stopped for the procession. I'll get a tighter shot as soon as they start making their way onto the freeway, just showing you that the freeway is closed. California Highway Patrol working with traffic. They're basically going to probably be stopping some of the some traffic, maybe closing some on-ramps, so that the procession will be moving smoothly. Roughly it's about, we'll just say it's about an hour and 20 minutes drive time. And I'm going to take a look and see. I'm not sure if these are going to be Long Beach PD officers or possibly California Highway Patrol. A lot of motorcycle units right there, officers. And so it's probably going to be Brennan's talking with me. So it's probably going to be Long Beach PD. There you go. There is the engine and the hearse. Following it as we're making our way southbound 5 as the remains of Captain David Rosa leaving the coroner's office, starting the trip down to the mortuary in Laguna Woods. That's right, Beverly. Thank you. Actually, the delay on Facebook today is quite a delay. I'm not sure why. They're not even on the freeway yet. I'm watching right now. They're not even on the freeway. Mary, you're right. A lot of times, I got to tell you, these types of stories, I always try to look at the positives. You got to think about the people that are left behind, the friends, the families. They might be become closer because of the sad event. We saw a lot of positive interaction between firefighters at the coroner's office as firefighters were arriving, lots of hugging. So there's always that angle as well. Right now, though, we're watching as this procession of the body of Captain Rosa, David Rosa from Long Beach Fire. David, if you don't know, he was killed in the line of duty. Firefighter was killed, was actually shot responding to a structure fire early Monday morning, very early Monday morning, and died from his wounds. The suspect was taken into custody, and the body was taken from Long Beach to the coroner's office. We only have one coroner's office here in Los Angeles, and now the body is being taken down to the mortuary down in the Laguna Woods area. Now, as we were talking about earlier on, the significance of what we're looking at right there, that's going to be the Long Beach engine. That's engine 10. That's Captain Rosa's station. And then right behind it is going to be Captain Rosa's remains in the white hearse. There is Long Beach PD motorcycle units out here, along with California Highway Patrol, doing some traffic, helping to keep the traffic moving. That's one of the motorcycles you saw right there, to keep this moving as smoothly as possible this afternoon on the freeways. We're going to be taking the southbound 5 to the southbound 710 and the southbound 710 to the southbound 405. We're also assuming that you see some of these passenger vans right there, a couple passenger vans and a Suburban. We're assuming close friends, family, possibly in those vehicles. If you guys are local, do you know where Station 10 is located? Yes, you know, it's funny. Jasmine, that's awesome that you brought that up. I don't know how much of a delay is to the words to me reading into what's going on, but that is so weird. I was just thinking the same thing. If you guys are local, especially in the Long Beach area, I'm sure you can Google Station 10. I'm not sure about what they want as far as, you know, donations. A lot of times, you know, obviously any token of gratitude is always welcomed and respected, but sometimes maybe you should talk to the fire station. Maybe there's a charity or something else that might be better served, that Captain Rosa might have wanted to something other than flowers. Is there something going on? Cool. Next bridge. All right, I'm going to get off of the. Well, actually, Brennan is going to move the helicopter quickly in front of the procession. This is what we were talking about. We're expecting to see a lot of this. There's going to be an LA County fire engine at one of the overcrossings for the 5 freeway. They're going to be seeing a lot of this this afternoon as this makes its way south. Brethren out here, other firefighters, other and sometimes even law enforcement, other first responders. Other first responders will be out here as well, and we'll see. Some bridges will be crowded, other ones just maybe one station or one engine here. That's one of the ones that we were talking about right there. I can't tell you from this angle if that's LA County Fire or LA City Fire, but because we're in the East LA area, I'm guessing that's going to be County Fire right there. But this is the first of the support or the other firefighters, first responders showing firefighter family. Showing their respects as Captain Rosa's remains will pass by here in just a moment or two. We're setting up the shot. Just give a second. There's some of the motorcycles right there, so we know it's getting closer. LA County Fire, now we can read the side of it. And here comes, probably this is going to be the engine 10. There's engine 10, and there's the hearse as it passes by there. This is probably one of many scenes like this that we're going to see this afternoon as we follow the procession south from downtown Los Angeles down to the Laguna Woods area. Google says the drive time on the freeways this afternoon probably in the neighborhood of an hour and 20 minutes. We might be making better time. I don't really think that is the concern right now. Right now it is just moments of respect for the fallen firefighter who was shot in the line of duty early Monday morning responding to a structure fire in the Long Beach area. CHP? It's okay. We're seeing some CHP there on the side of the road as well. This is what we're saying. We're going to start seeing a lot of other first responders out here, maybe even some other law enforcement. That was the California Highway Patrol paying their respects as the procession goes by this afternoon. We were already on the 710, moving south, sorry, give me 1 second. We'll be getting into the Bell Gardens area here shortly. We see some more firefighters at another bridge. Like I said, this is going to become very commonplace. We're going to see a lot of this. I'm not sure. I guess they are going to be in the Long Beach area. So I'm guessing when we get down to the actual city of Long Beach, there's going to be a huge outpouring of support as the procession passes. When we get to the 405, 710, that's going to be in the Long Beach area. So I'm sure that's where we're going to see a lot more activity. Another one of the bridges that's coming up right now, we have some more firefighters. We'll get a shot as we get closer. But if you guys are just tuning in right now, it is as advertised. We're watching the funeral procession of Captain David Rosa from Long Beach Fire, killed line of duty, shot line of duty, responding to a structure fire early Monday morning. Sharon, it is difficult. It is difficult, and we were talking about that earlier, and the word senseless really just kind of come to mind. We're trying not to talk about that portion of it right now. We're paying respects and watching the funeral procession make its way from Long Beach down to the Laguna Woods area. But I gotta say, I do agree with you. All right. Brennan's being Spielberg up there. There we go, getting another shot of firefighters paying their respects. More looks to be Los Angeles County firefighters on the overpass as we make our way into the Bell Gardens area. Southbound 710. Sad, definitely, speechless, shocking. This was one of those stories that when I read it, that's how I first became aware of it. I read it on social media. It was like I was having a hard time registering it. I was like, is this old? This couldn't have just, and it was. It really had just pretty much happened, and it was very shocking to hear about. Another fire truck right there. Like I said, we're probably going to see more and more of this, and especially when we get into the Long Beach area, my guess is that there'll be a lot of activity on the overpasses. Ooh, we're going to be tight. Right now, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, in this case, I am overly sensitive just because of the nature of the situation. I'm talking with my pilot, Brennan. He was talking about how much fuel we have on board. We did launch a little early. Apparently, this was, not apparently, this was supposed to start closer to 2:30. And then, of course, the drive time, or as we follow this procession, we have to think about fuel, and then we're actually going farther south, so we're going to have to come back to get fuel. So if you hear me talking to saying things where you're like, what is he talking about, it's a very good chance I'm either talking to on other radios or to my pilot Brennan this afternoon. Also, Brennan is a first responder family member, so I'm sure he was, I know he was giving blood yesterday. He told me that he was actually out giving blood in support of this. And he was an EMT. Lisa. Okay. All right, we'll get some cool shots of that. I'm wondering if that's my friend Miss Lisa, Jake's mom. Where did he work? Well, I guess I'm recycling, and I don't mean that in any kind of like I'm bothered by that. I know people are just joining the room. This is a firefighter. He's a captain. Is a captain. David Rosa for Long Beach Fire. And early Monday morning, he was responding to a fire call when he was shot while inside the actual structure that was burning by the suspect, who is now in custody. Captain David Rosa was the captain of Station 10 in Long Beach. That is the engine from that station right there, leading the procession. After the captain succumbed from his injuries, they had taken the remains up to the LA Coroner's office. That's the reason why we started in the Los Angeles area. The body was released this afternoon inside that white hearse you see right there, and now being brought down to the mortuary in Laguna Woods, which is down in the Orange County area. Currently, we are going to be southbound 710, Bell Gardens area, and I just lost all my monitors, and now they're all back. I don't know what that was about, but interesting. We're trying to get the shot of the helicopter that's overhead. A lot of first responders out here this afternoon paying their last respects to Captain Rosa. That's going to be the Long Beach PD helicopter right there. We've been watching as fellow firefighters are on the overpasses of the southbound 5, now the southbound 710, as the procession passes, paying their last respects. Heather, I am the camera operator. I am the camera operator and reporter. Brennan is my pilot. My pilot today. Trying to get pictures with the helicopter escort in there, as well as the procession. You can move around. Well, there is one law enforcement helicopter overhead right now, and ourselves. There's another grouping of firefighters, a large turnout right there on that overpass, along with some law enforcement. And we're going to see more, like I said, we're going to see more and more of that. I'm sorry, I have to, my first duty is actually to the camera right now. We need to make sure that we get the shots that we need for this. My buddy Ryan is tuning in right now. These are tougher stories for us to cover. Again, it's lit well. This is all good. Yeah. I'm trying to grab some stills off the monitor and. Yeah, I did. That was the only one I really got. The procession's still moving its way southbound on the 710. I'm going to just check and see if we are officially in the Long Beach area. We're probably getting relatively close. We're getting into Paramount right now. So we're passing the 91, so we're going to be getting into the Paramount area. Really? Let me see, maybe I can grab a still of that. I think Bell Gardens has their own PD. They had a lot of law enforcement along with the firefighters actually on that bridge. You have some over here as well. You can see everybody out, first respect, giving their last respects there. The problem with the screen grabs is it moves very slow. Yeah. It's the Long Beach PD right there. The white car carrying the remains of Captain David Rosa. The engine in front is going to be the Long Beach fire engine, and there's some more firefighters right there. Oh, that would have been a good one. Sorry. We can always go back. I lost all my monitors for a moment. I had to turn everything back on. I don't know what that was all about. It's like some weird power glitch. Just going a little bit wider to frame this up right there. I think I got one. I don't know where it actually grabs it when I do it. As I was saying earlier on, right now we're looking at, in this shot, we actually have the fire engine from Station 10. That's where Captain Rosa was assigned to. That was his station. That's going to be the Long Beach PD helicopter. This is a Long Beach firefighter captain, actually not fire captain, that lost his life early Monday morning after he was shot while responding to a structure fire in Long Beach. The shooter is in custody. We don't want to talk too much. We don't want to take away from Captain Rosa right now. But that guy is in custody. Senseless shooting. And we're following the procession as we're making our way southbound on the 710, getting into the Long Beach area. It's all good. Again, when I say things like it's all good, there's other conversations going on up here. I was talking to my pilot, Brennan. If you guys are local or in the Long Beach area, I would make an effort possibly to get over to Station 10. Find out if there is anything, I'm being serious about this. Baked goods are probably always good for the firefighters that are still there. And of course, we always hear about flowers and gifts, but the reality is that a lot of times, maybe a donation to a charity that Captain Rosa might have been working with or involved with might be a better way of paying respects. Just a thought. Watching another overpass here with a large amount of fire apparatus and personnel paying last respects as the procession is working its way southbound. I'm actually going to try to get a better shot of this one. Just trying to read some of the markings as I know we're making our way south. So yeah. These are starting to be Long Beach. I believe these are going to be Long Beach firefighters. Nope. Yep, these are Long Beach firefighters. So we're entering Long Beach right now as this is making its way south. If you guys are on Twitter, there is Long Beach Fire has their own Twitter account. They are putting out information about this. It is very sad, Sergio. I have to say that these are difficult to report on because of the just how it is senseless, sad. These are first responders, a fire captain, serving his community for I don't know how many years. I'll probably find out if we do something live with this later on. But you know, serving his community for a long time, and to be murdered in the line of duty, responding to a structure fire where he most likely was, you know, trying to save lives and protect people. Very, very sad situation. Some of them do. Janice was asking, was just writing about asking questions if when we go over those overpass, if they have their lights and sirens going. Not really sure. It's a somber moment. I don't know if they would have their sirens going, maybe. How far up? There we go. All right, you want to just park there and let them pass? All right. Another Long Beach fire company that's fire station that they don't have an overpass, so they're on the side of the road here. We're 15 years. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate that. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy. But it's going to be so tiny. That's the reason why I'm trying to stay tighter. We're grabbing some stills. We probably will post them later on. Right now, I can multitask like nobody's business, but right now I'm trying to, like I said, the camera is my first is my first priority. Robo, I honestly, I feel that too. That the outpouring of support is heartwarming and is positive. A lot of times, I'm always trying to figure out, you know, what's the positive? How is this a good thing? And anytime somebody passes, there's always a celebration of life. The fire captain, I would guess, has had a great life. Earlier on, we were hearing stories yesterday of how he's affected so many civilians' lives in the Long Beach area, being a firefighter and then a fire captain. This person has touched and helped so many people, and to when something like tragic like this happens, the outpouring of support, and of course friends and family coming together to comfort each other, though that's the only positive there is right now, is the love and the embrace of the people that are left behind. We just made the transition from the southbound 710 to the southbound 405. Thank you, Katie. Katie is just also saying 17-year veteran. I appreciate that information. That's one of the reasons why I love talking to you guys. Alyssa, that yes, that's that obviously is our primary goal. Really? Let's get that. Oh, way up there. You know what? Let me grab a clean shot of these guys without the procession, maybe. I don't know which ones we're going to be posting later on, but I'll see if I can. I'm definitely going to hashtag the Long Beach Fire Department. I just looked down and read a quick blurb from somebody saying that they can't believe it, and they're speechless and they have no words. And I honestly, that's how I felt when I read about this. That's how I found out about it on Monday. I was actually reading about this, and I couldn't believe it. The helicopter that is down low down there is going to be Long Beach PD over the procession as we're making our way southbound 405. We're getting very close to Long Beach Airport, and I'm wondering if they're going to allow us through. They are? Cool. That's, Robin, that's what we've been talking about. It's unusual, to say the least. Thank you, Rob. Rob is sending me some screen grabs. And senseless. You know, again, I don't want to take away from Captain Rosa and what's going on right now, but if you guys read about the actual story and the events and why, there is no why, and that's what just makes this whole thing so tragic. This is we are deep into the Long Beach area right now, and as we suspected, that obviously these folks probably knew, worked with, spoke to, very close to the fallen captain, fire captain. So, and this is his city, or the city that he worked at. So, of course, we're going to see a number of firefighters out here, large quantities, probably off duty and on duty right now, along with other first responders and also people from the city paying their last respects. As you just saw, Captain Rosa going underneath the overpass right there. The helicopter from Long Beach PD overhead as this procession is making its way south 405 through the Long Beach area, working our way into the Orange County area. The final destination is going to be a mortuary in Laguna Woods. Laguna Woods is in Orange County. This overpass seems to be a lot of Long Beach PD here saluting, showing respect as Captain Rosa's remains and family members and friends are rolling by on their way down to the mortuary in Laguna Woods. Well, it is heartbreaking. Most of the comments that I'm seeing right now are all along those lines of heartbreaking. Somebody's asking, and I'm going to answer that, even though you might be, Connie might be sarcastic with that. The sunroof on the Hearst for lighting. It's for lighting. Thank you, Rachel. Rachel seems to agree with me. What do we got for fuel? I think we're going to make it, unless they do unless they have to wait for a bunch of people. Renee, obviously, I appreciate the thanks. But you can thank CBS and KCal. They're the ones that are paying the bills. They're the ones that allow us to do this right now. And I'm sure Kevin is going to have some comments about how it should be shot and iris settings and f-stops and. It may be more of a film look to this. .405 all the way down. I had the off ramp. It was one of. I think it's Laguna something or another is the actual off ramp. Yeah, it's because we're going to go right by John Wayne, and I don't think John Wayne's going to let us cross. They might. Really? Well. Jennifer, yes, this is the 405 southbound. We're probably just starting to leave the Long Beach area. I'm always a little off when it comes to the Orange County areas, so I'm not going to shout out a name until I actually see it. But we're going to be working our way out of Long Beach and into, it says Leisure World, but I don't think that's where, Westminster. Westminster. We're going to be working our way out of the Long Beach area into the Westminster area, southbound 405. Southbound 405. I don't think it is the 5. I think they're going to stay on the 405. Joel's saying that we're going to get back onto the 5. I didn't see that, but you might be right. Jennifer, that is the plan. There's obviously at the mortuary, there's going to be a large showing of love and family and respect. So we're gonna see what we're gonna stay as long as we can to be respectful. Let's be clear about that as well. We're not flying at. We're flying well above what we should be at for noise. Jason, we'll see. I believe you. That's the only thing I can say. I believe you. If you guys are just joining and you are, you probably read whatever the intro was, what this is. This is the funeral procession for Long Beach Fire Captain David Rosa. who was killed in the line of duty on early Monday morning, very early Monday morning. And he was a fire captain. He was shot by a suspect at a structure fire. The fire captain, David Rosa, succumbed from his injuries or passed away from his injuries. Body was taken to the only coroner that we have out here in Los Angeles, the LA Coroner's office up in the Los Angeles area, Boyle Heights. The body was released earlier this afternoon, and now a procession of first responders and of course Long Beach Fire, being well entrenched in this, are making their way southbound on the 405 to the Laguna Woods area. Laguna Woods is in Orange County, where the mortuary is. And we are following along with Long Beach air support from their PD. You've got the engine that's ahead of the hearse. That is going to be engine 10 from Long Beach Fire. That's going to be Captain David Rosa's engine. And of course the hearse is behind there, and we understand friends and family members are actually in trail as well in those vehicles that you see right there. California Highway Patrol working with the traffic situation, slowing traffic, stopping on-ramps, so the procession can move smoothly down south this afternoon. Also in that procession is going to be some Long Beach PD. We've seen from other fire departments. We've seen outpouring of support on overpasses earlier on. Who is it? Oh, really? All right. Thank you, Joel. Appreciate that. Christopher, if it happens, I'll cut you in. You can see some other first responders there on the side of the road. As we're starting to make our way into Orange County, this is going to be one of the first Orange County fire departments that we're seeing on an overpass right there, paying their respects. And some law enforcement as well. We've been watching. Oh, these are still Long Beach. We're probably still, we're technically still in the Long Beach area then. Must be the southern Long Beach area. So, and after that, we'll probably start seeing some Orange County firefighters as well. Debbie, that's right. The captain is no longer with us, and the family members remain. They're the ones that need the consoling and the outpouring of love and support. Jennifer, the freeway is wide open as far as the procession goes. Seeing some of the motorcycles, so that means engine 10 is probably coming up here very shortly. And then after engine 10 is the remains of the captain. All right. We're gonna have plenty of time. I have another helicopter making its way into the picture. There he is. Orange County firefighting helicopter. Shocking, senseless. Words cannot describe this situation that you know what led up to us being here this afternoon. This fire captain for Long Beach Fire, killed in the line of duty, shot. I would almost use the word murdered. I think that would be accurate. He was a first responder at a structure fire, went into that structure, probably checking for life, doing his job, protecting and trying to keep people from being injured when he was shot and killed. This happened early Monday morning in Long Beach. That's right. Orange County Fire Department is definitely. How long is a proceeding? I don't understand, Greg. I mean, do you just want to see how long the what we're seeing right here? It's not too long. I'm going to try to get it as wide shot right now. There's friends, there's family, there's some Long Beach Fire passenger vans out there as well this afternoon, carrying friends and family. Obviously, Engine 10 is leading the procession, along with Long Beach PD on motorcycles and California Highway Patrol. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. And the leadway. Yes. Uh-oh. What's up? I have Freak 6 up. I got it up. Are you talking to me on Freak 6? Cool. You're welcome. Passing the 22 now, as you can read, southbound 405. That's going to be Orange County Fire helicopter joining the procession. Engine 10 from Long Beach Fire, that's going to be in the lead. Obviously, the white vehicle is carrying the remains of Captain Rosa. Long Beach PD helicopter there in the shot as well. It looks like they're closer than they really are, trust me. They are talking to each other. They know what's going on. Now we're starting to see some more Orange County firefighters. Garden Grove. Roberto, I don't know. I know I mentioned this earlier on. Roberto's asking about the best way to help the families. You know, I'm sure Station 10 is probably been flooded with gifts since this happened early Monday mornings. In the Station 10 being in the Long Beach area, I would try and find out if maybe the fire department or the fire station might know a charity that the captain was working with or favorited or something. I'm sure flowers are appreciated, but I'm sure a donation to a charity in his name might be just as appreciated. Of course, food is always good, especially for those firefighters. What? 4-0? Ooh, it's going to be tight. All right, I hear you. Yeah. Hey, assignment desk. Nothing can be easy. You got a minute for your helicopter? So we're doing some math, and just letting you know we have 40 minutes-ish. 40 minutes-ish, and I'm trying to figure out where we are right now and drive time. I know. All right, well, we're roughly 32 minutes drive time. So 32 minutes drive time to the location. So we should be all right. Unless they, like I said, unless the family or they're waiting on people. That's the only thing. it is a beautiful tribute because of this person. It's obviously this fire captain, 17-year veteran of Long Beach Fire. We heard stories. I got to work, guys. Go ahead. Go ahead. What was the question? Oh, I love it. No, no flag. It looks like it says carpool violation. Hang on, let's. There you go. Right in there is probably good. Let me see if I can grab a still. I'm sure the desk is going to call me right as they roll through. But I don't. And there we go. I think we got it. Like I said, I'm always. Oh yeah. Oh, I was rolling. I think. Okay, we're rolling again. Like I said, I had power glitches. And Brennan's in New York. Brandon is in New York. Brennan's flying. Renee, I would think I'm being extremely respectful. Yes, Mark, go ahead, sir. What is the question? Were you asking about fuel? We have about 30 minutes drive time from where we are now to the actual mortuary. We've got about 40 minutes of fuel on board. If there is a long delay at the mortuary, it might get sticky. Well, Google is doing this by freeway speeds. We're going less than freeway speeds, so it might be longer than 30. We're just going to follow till we can't. That's the plan. I'm being serious, right? Correct. Your plan is the best plan. Just follow till we don't have fuel, till we need to go. All right, I gotta turn the show down. We're just going to follow till, hopefully it works out. Oh, I don't know. Right. Yeah. Guys, I'm working a map right now to figure out. Okay, so we're going to get on the 73, it looks like. No, we're going to stay on the 405. And John Wayne, it's not far, dude. It's just south of, it's a little south of that Turtle Bay or Turtle Rock area. Remember? It's basically a beam John Wayne in those hills. and you know, in a perfect world, yeah, but many a time we've been sitting at a airport waiting for fuel, and waiting, and waiting, and waiting. So no, I think it's our plan is probably the best. And I'm also would guess that we probably have ground crews there as well, probably at the mortuary. Jason, I believe me, I love the love, and you're welcome. But this is you can thank CBS and KCAL for allowing me to be here to follow along. Thank you, Joel. You want to try to get ahead of them? You get some like forward-facing shots of the helicopter, like the same distance but ahead. Please, nobody think we're being morbid. We are just trying to get pictures and document this the best way we can. Yeah. They need to get a little bit farther ahead. Keep moving. Well, yeah, I think we can make it happen. Yeah, we're getting into the sweet spot. Keep going though. Keep going. Oh, I see what you're saying. They're so far behind him. Yeah. Is there another bridge with firefighters? Because this was all right. Because this would have been cool too. Yeah, I know. I see him. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I was just catching up on some of the reading on what you guys were posting and asking questions about. We're getting very close to Irvine. If you guys are just joining us, that's going to be Long Beach PD above, and down below there is going to be Engine 10 from Long Beach. That's going to be Captain David Rosa's station and engine. And then, of course, the remains of Captain Rosa right there in a flag-draped coffin following behind. And after that, it's going to be friends and family in these vans right behind it. Now, if you guys are just joining, you don't know the situation, Captain Rosa is a fire captain for Long Beach Fire Department out here in California, and he was killed responding to a structure fire. He was shot at that structure fire by somebody who has been taken into custody. The captain recently died at the hospital. His body was taken to the coroner's office up in Boyle Heights, out here in the Los Angeles area. That's the only coroner's office that we have out here. And the body was released this afternoon to the mortuary, which is down in the Laguna Woods area. And the procession's been basically working its way south this afternoon. You have 2 helicopters overhead. It's going to be Orange County Fire Department, Long Beach PD. Of course, the fire department from Long Beach Fire is down there. You can see Engine 10 leading the procession. And then, of course, you've got the California Highway Patrol and also Long Beach Fire out here as well. We can see some more Orange County Fire Department showing their respects on these overpass. Got another one right there. This one with an American flag. So we're going to try to get that shot as we get a little bit closer. But, of course, the winds are going to not be in our favor. But we'll see what we can get a shot of right there. That's Costa Mesa Fire Department. We can read that on there. A lot of brethren out here and firefighter families showing last respects for the fire captain from Long Beach, 17-year veteran, person that has given, helped, and protected so many lives just to be shot and killed responding to a structure fire, doing what he's trained to do to protect and make sure that everybody else was okay inside that building. Instead, he was shot and killed. So very sad situation for sure. Going to get some shots here. I'm going to grab some stills. I'm sorry if I'm not going to be talking here for a moment or two. Be nice if the wind stopped here just for a minute. Waiting for the procession. There you go. They're moving a little bit slower now. Ooh, this could be nice. Well, we'll see which one's where it grabbed it. Yeah, yeah. I'm recording. I'm reading something from somebody from Canada writing, "Rest easy." I always say it. I mean it wholeheartedly. I enjoy Canadian culture, and the just the wording, "rest easy." It's so well said. Thank you. Well, Google says we should take the 73, but I guess we're going to stay here. Joel has been telling me that the 405 turns into the 5 here shortly. Believe you, sir. Perfect. Google says 21 minutes. Oh no, It's saying 40 minutes because of traffic, but I don't think it knows. Yeah. Guys, if I'm seeming a little less than respectful at some points, just know that we are working in here, and every now and then I have to do other things for this same situation. All right. We'll get shots of them. Crash units from the airport out here. That's what we were just talking about. Brennan was just saying that they're out here paying their respects as it's making its way still on the 405 Irvine. We're out just at John Wayne right now. John Wayne allowing us to cross. Usually they don't allow us to do this. We have to cross over the center. But because of the procession, they are allowing that to happen today. Ooh, there is some stop traffic up there. Maybe Google was right again. Yeah, as I'm looking up ahead, there's a lot of stop traffic up there, so maybe that's what Google was seeing. Becky, my Google does the same thing. Trust me. Sometimes we laugh about it. Almost every overpass has had some sort of outpouring of support this afternoon as we've been making our way south from the Boyle Heights or downtown Los Angeles area down to the Orange County area where we are right now. Thank you, Laura. And if you guys are just joining us, this is a funeral procession for a fire captain of 17 years that was killed line of duty early Monday morning responding to a house fire or structure fire, I believe it was not a house. And there was a gunman inside the building, and it actually had shot and killed the fire captain. That person in custody, fire captain losing his life. The body of the fire captain was taken up to the coroners, Los Angeles coroners up in the Boyle Heights area, and was released earlier this afternoon. The fire procession, the procession for the fallen fire captain has been moving south from the Boyle Heights area since about 2:40 this afternoon. Right now, southbound 405, just in the Irvine area. We're making our way to Laguna Woods, where the mortuary is. Let's talk about who is here in the air and on the ground for just a moment or two. The two helicopters that you're seeing, that's going to be an Orange County fire helicopter paying their respects, and then this is the blue one is actually going to be Long Beach PD, obviously following along, paying their respects. The motorcycle officers, well, you know, there are a bunch of them. We're assuming that some of these are going to be Long Beach PD. And then there's also going to be some California Highway Patrol. There goes one of them right there. The first vehicle or first truck in there, or engine as this would be, is engine 10 from the fire station that Captain David Rosa is a fire captain of for 17 years. So that is his truck leading the procession. And then, of course, the remains of the fire captain in that flag-draped coffin in the back of the hearse. Then after that is going to be friends and family. right there, and some of those passenger vans, and some more engines from Long Beach. Every one of the overpasses pretty much that we have gone under this afternoon has had some sort of fire apparatus or other first responders, meaning law enforcement, out here paying their respects as the procession's been making its way south along the freeways out here this afternoon. A very solemn situation for sure. We did see some enlightening moments earlier on, especially up at the Boyle Heights area, when firefighters showing up in their dress uniforms were hugging and greeting each other. The fire captain has passed, and he is no longer with us, and his friends and his family are still here. There was a lot of love that we saw from these firefighters earlier on. Right now, though, the remains are continuing southbound here on the 405. Not sure. Yep, there goes my monitor again. Not sure where the cutoff is, meaning where the 405 actually becomes a 5. We'll probably see that here shortly. Then we get off the freeway and make our way to the mortuary, where I'm sure there's going to be some sort of ceremony where they remove the remains from that vehicle and bring them into the actual mortuary. Richard, no, that is not an LAPD. That is Long Beach PD. That is Long Beach PD. If I said LAPD, sorry. That is Long Beach PD right there, that A-Star. And the larger one is going to be Orange County Fire. Yes, we're still on the 405. Make sure we're not on the 5. Not a problem. Not a problem. Joel, keeping an eye on where we are as far as the freeways goes. Ronald, I can guarantee you we won't run out of gas because we run on Jet A. Beverly, we are actually in Orange County. We're just probably in the Irvine area. We're going to an area called Laguna Woods. Yes, Jonathan? Dave is asking what Jet A means. Jet A is what we fly on. That's the type of fuel the helicopter runs on. Another bridge, more firefighters. Have we passed the 133? I'm not really sure. Yeah, we're getting close to it. 133 is next. But that being said, I don't know where my audio is compared to the video because the video is pretty far behind. You know, as far as the funeral goes, somebody was asking about us showing the funeral. I can't really say about that. Funerals are very private types of events. You know, I don't know. I can't really say. I don't know if the funeral definitely not, I don't think is going to be today, that's for sure. And are we going to show it? Probably not. I don't think that would be respectful. But we'll see. Clark knows the Jet A. There's the 133. We're half a mile away, guys. You know, Audrey, I try to tend to, on this type of situation, we try to tend to stay away from that. We don't want to give. I don't want to give that person any kind of, you know, the suspect any kind of anything right now. We're here to pay respects to the fallen fire captain. There is no reason. That's the only thing I can say. I'm speechless. It's a tragedy beyond tragedies. Somebody that has touched so many lives, and the reason I know that is we've been running the stories. I've been listening to the stories that we have on CBS and KCAL. This fire captain touched so many people's lives in a positive way, saving and protecting lives. And to have this happen in the line of duty at a structure fire, doing what he's trained to do, is just there are no words. And whatever the reason is, it was no reason. Is just beyond sad. California Highway Patrol doing some traffic breaks right there to open up the lanes, because sooner or later they're going to have to make their way over to the right. We've been making pretty good time this afternoon as the procession for the fallen fire captain David Rosa is working his way south here. Thank you, Julie. Linda, yeah, they actually were just saying that they're going to take this, meaning they're going to put some of this on the air. Not from, I mean, our picture. I don't think we're going to be doing any talking or anything here. Anchors, they've got this. They're going to do a little blurb on this moving its way south, and of course, what it's all about on KCAL Channel 9. If you guys are local, KCAL 9, watch it. We've been doing a lot of other news. There's other things going on, and they probably will touch on this here shortly. I'm not sure how it's going to fall when it gets to the mortuary, meaning where we're going to be with fuel, how long it's going to be, where we are going to be in the show, but we may be taking something live on television when it's at the mortuary. And the remains of Fire Captain Rosa will be removed from the hearse. But right now, we're just going to follow along, keep an eye on it. We're getting closer as we're making our way into the Laguna area right now. Just doing it right now. 9 minutes. Yeah, we should have this. We're technically 5 miles away. We're going to be getting off at Lake Forest Drive. Well, that's the route that Google says, so we'll see. Let me get you something exact because I know our viewers. We're going to be probably by the time we get off. I'm being serious. We're going to be Lake Forest, and you know what? Let's just call it Laguna Woods because that's. I mean, Lake Forest. I think people know more, but it looks like we're going to be getting off the freeway here in just a moment or two, and that's going to be Laguna Woods. Well, that's going to be a tough one. It says El Toro. It says El Toro, but I don't know if that's the route they're going to take. I'm going by what Google says right now. Google's saying this is the quickest route. Is that like 2 off-ramps up? I think that's what it's going to be. Yeah, it's probably the next off-ramp. So we're, just to be clear, we're on the 5 freeway now. We're back on the 5 freeway southbound, and Lake Forest area. Oh, Dave, that actually is a. Dave Hill is basically saying that today he doesn't mind getting home late because of traffic, because of the situation. That is actually huge. Standing by, pictures only. Hopefully it will be on the other side of the bridge. That's the reason why they let the anchors do it. Very well said. And we are getting off at El Toro Road. So if you guys are local right now, turn on KCAL 9. They're talking about the actual story. But then again, I know there's a delay, so hopefully you'll be able to. But if you make it, they are talking about the story right now. They're doing all the details about what was going on. Joshua, good to have you back. It's towards the water. We're getting off El Toro, off the 5. Joel, off the 5. Devastating story. Beyond sad. We're listening to the show on KCAL right now as though It looks like it's on Moulton Parkway. If we're turning onto Moulton Parkway, yeah, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, we just, uh, dude, I honestly, I don't know. It looks, it's near the golf course. That's the only thing I can tell you. You sure it's not? All right. Right there. That might be it. We'll see. Yeah, it's not it. They're just, yeah, they're just watching. I think it's that. We'll see. They're making a turn? All right. Are we on Moulton Parkway? No. Oh yeah, it's Moulton Parkway. So we're on the street. It's got to be coming up. No, but I believe you. No, but I believe you. Yeah, we got to be getting close. All right. Yeah. Oh, it's going around to the front. Wow, this is tough. That was great. Great spot. I think this is perfect. It's very well lit too. It's really good. And if anybody thinks I'm being disrespectful, just remember my first job is a camera operator. Just him arriving here at the mortuary. That's, I mean, that's all good. Live television. I love it. I think the choice is good. I think we'll probably, by the time we do that story and come back, it'll be perfect timing. All right. McCormick Mortuary. Hasn't happened yet. We're going to go live here in a second. One five. Well, it's been amazing to watch all the outpouring of support and love for this fire captain, the 17-year veteran from Long Beach Fire that was actually killed on the line of duty early Monday morning. Now, the procession started up in the Boyle Heights area at the LA Coroners. It was mostly freeways, and almost in every overpass we've watched as first responders pouring out, filling those overpass with just people honoring him as that procession went by. The hearse right there now in front of this McCormick Mortuary out here in the Laguna Woods area. They're waiting for the color guard to get together. We've watched as family members have already made their way in. Some of this procession is right there. One of the engines we want to really point out is engine number 10 from Long Beach Fire. That was Captain David Rosa's actual engine right there. And of course, you see those passenger vans. That's going to be friends and family. Color guard is starting to assemble. They're going to take that flag-draped coffin out of the hearse and bring it inside the mortuary out here in the Laguna Woods area. Again, this is a 17-year veteran working. He was in line of duty on early Monday morning at a structure fire when he was shot and died from his injuries. Right now, that body is still waiting inside that hearse, and of course, they'll be taking it inside the mortuary soon. Live in Sky 9, Stu Mundell. Back to you two in the studio. Earlier on, we were talking about when we were up at the Boyle Heights area. We saw, like I said, a bunch of guys in their full formal uniforms. You see them right there with their white hats. There was a lot of, the only thing we can say is there was a lot of hugging, a lot of embracing going on at the funeral home. I would guess that these are people that were very close to Fire Captain David Rosa. They have the privilege and honor to be able to be here this afternoon to move the body from the hearse and bring it inside the mortuary. Those folks, obviously, we've said it earlier on, Captain Rosa has passed. The folks that are left behind are the ones that they need the emotional support, and it was very touching to see that earlier on. Right now, though, a lot of folks down there are putting on the brave and serious faces as they're waiting for one of the last moments here as they remove the body in that casket, and like we said, American flag covering that casket inside that hearse, and then bring them inside the mortuary. This is going to be Laguna Woods, McCormick Mortuary. And we watched as the procession basically made its way from the LA Coroner's office. Not basically, exactly. Made its way from the from the coroner's office down here. Amazing to see the number of first responders, firefighters, and of course law enforcement on the overpasses, on the sides of the freeway. And even on some of the comments on Facebook, there was somebody who actually wrote today, if he's stuck in traffic, he's okay with it. That really means a lot. At least it did to me. Right now, though, you can see that obviously everybody's at attention. They're waiting for waiting for the color guard, and obviously whatever final preparations need to be made. But folks are out here right now, Laguna Woods area, Orange County, as we're waiting for the body of Captain Rosa to be moved from the hearse into the mortuary. Oh, I was just going to say, I couldn't believe that we were that far behind on Facebook. I just pulled it up, and we were still driving up. We've been parked here for a while. They're probably waiting for a lot of the procession to arrive. Obviously, the firefighters are still getting out of their apparatus, their trucks, and making their way over here. Thank you, Johnny. Hey, Esther. Oh, Patty, I think we're going to be okay. It's actually a beautiful day out here in Orange County as far as temperature and lighting. Thank you, Marcel. Really? That's going to be tough, but okay, I'll try to make that happen. All right. Okay. They're going to come to us after the weather, I guess. We still have 15 minutes of show. Well, I think it might be happening. Somebody maybe a little exhausted, a little overcome. There's somebody being treated right there. No. There we go. Color guard's making the move. Send it back. Methodical. Very somber moment indeed. It's almost it's one of the times where even as a reporter I want to be kind of quiet and respectful, watching as the body being removed from the hearse, like you said. That's going to be Captain David Rosa inside that flag-draped coffin. We know that he was responding. He was on duty. He was responding to a structure fire where he was shot and killed early Monday morning. The body now being placed inside this mortuary in the Laguna Woods area. It was a very somber and drawn out procession. It started up in the LA area at the LA Coroner's office. We watched as firefighters assembled there, and they basically had this procession, got on the freeway, and came all the way down from Boyle Heights down here to the Laguna Woods area. On the freeway, on almost every overpass, there was an outpouring of support from firefighters and law enforcement. A lot of salutes, a lot of American flags, and then of course one of the vehicles that is down here this afternoon is going to be fire engine number 10 from Long Beach. That's actually his truck. For the engine from that fire station. That's where David Rosa was actually, that was his station. 17-year veteran, as we understand it. Very somber moments indeed as it made its way down here. You can see a number of firefighters and first responders all out here this afternoon as the body is being placed inside the mortuary. Obviously, funeral arrangements will be, they'll be talking about that at a different time, but right now though you can just kind of feel the love and feel the respect for this firefighter that was killed in the line of duty, doing what he does, as firefighters do, protecting lives. Was actually in a burning building when those shots were fired early Monday morning, taking his life. You can see an American flag hanging from those two ladders trucks here at that mortuary as well. Again, the outpouring of support. 2 helicopters were following this, one from Long Beach Fire, and Long Beach PD, and another one from the fire department. They followed it almost down here, but now the body inside the mortuary. As we say our last respects to Captain David Rosa. Live at Sky 9 of Stu and Dow. Back to you two in the studio. All right. Desk. This departing Laguna Woods, heading to John Wayne. Copy all. Wow, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. Copy all, thank you. And folks that are following along or watching us, we're going to be landing over at John Wayne Airport. That really was a tough one. You know, when you think about these folks, the firefighters, first responders, we watch them constantly. Brennan, obviously, his first responder family was an EMT for a while. I know many a firefighter, volunteer and actual. And of course, many law enforcement folks. But it is really tough to see something like that. Again, we talked about it earlier on, and we don't really want to bring up the how too much because it's not the time. But it is senseless. Is the only words. Yes, Booth, go ahead. Yeah, I don't think we have the fuel. We're rushing into John Wayne. I mean, we'll keep the shot up as long as we can. They wanted to close the show with it. I don't think. No. We're like, we are bingo. Well, within minimums. Yes, Jeanette, that is something to be said as well. CBS KCAL, I mean, because of them, we were able to follow the procession. And, of course, we were listening to the anchors, Juan and Lena, talking about, and Lena was talking about it. She was talking to other journalists that were covering the story. I listened to some of it yesterday and today, and it's very heartwarming. And it just shows you also that with all the bad that we have going on, we are all pretty much good people. And when you have all that kind of outpouring of support, and that fire station is filled, flowers and hopefully some food for the firefighters, it just shows a lot. Thank you, Christopher. We're making our way north out of the Laguna areas, back into the Irvine area. We're going to go to John Wayne. I'll keep the picture up pretty much all the way to the ground as long as we can. We're into Wilson. I think we'll be able to show it. John Wayne Airport, the FBO, if somebody's going to say what's an FBO, if FBO stands for Flight Base of Operations, fancy words for gas station, basically. But we love the Orange County because they give us soda and candies and cookies. They feed us. So how can we not like that? So that's where we're going right now. It is a beautiful day down here in John Wayne. I mean, in the Orange County area. Jonathan, pretty much as soon. Oh, see, we could have done it. I didn't know. Is my watch wrong? My watch says it's like 6 till. What happened? Somebody was asking if we could keep the camera going after we land. Actually, it's all kind of hooked up to a battery system. And yes, it is a helicopter. And yes, we could jump start it. But no, we're not going to. As soon as we get to the ground, pretty much we're going to knock it down. Going to find our parking spot down there. That ugly helicopter. Yep, he's telling us that's where we need to land. That gentleman right there is not making the loser sign, because we are definitely not losers. He's actually pointing to where we need to park. Now he's probably doing the, can you do that any quicker because you're blasting me with downwash, rotor wash. All right, guys and gals, we are on the ground at John Wayne. We'll catch you on the next one. We'll end it on with a pretty picture of a big jet. Not coming over here to park. He's probably going to go right by us, but that's how we're going to end it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk to you very, very soon.